What you see here is wheat straw, a natural renewable material that soon could be used to produce a new biofuel for our cars. But how and to what extent is that possible? To answer those questions, chemical engineers and biologists are teaming up at this experimental site in northern Spain. Scientists from a European research project are here using the straw to produce biobutanol. Researchers say it's a promising candidate to become an even greener, more efficient, more sustainable and cheaper alternative to existing biofuels like biodiesel and ethanol.
Compared to other existing biofuels, butanol is much heavier. This means it is much less volatile, and so it reduces gas emissions, and it induces much less volatility at petrol stations or industrial installations.
Transforming feedstock into a substitute to petrol requires complex mechanical, chemical and molecular processes. Scientists had to test hundreds of different variants to come up with the right recipe.
Si partimos de paja de cereal y la molemos a un tamaño.
We grind wheat straw into small particles. We then heat the reduced biomass to around 175 degrees for around 5 minutes, and we add a bit of acid. This generates a substrate that is optimal for enzymes. These enzymes are going to reduce the long chemical chains in the substrate into particular molecules called monomers. We then add microorganisms that feed on these molecules and directly transform them into butanol in an optimal way.
Esos monómeros y transformarlos directamente en butanol de forma óptima.
It was here in the United Kingdom that molecular biologists and biochemical engineers grew the right bacteria to be used in the process. Researchers' first choice was microorganisms showing high tolerance to certain chemicals.
The main challenge was working with the feedstocks provided by the project, because they have these inhibitory chemicals which can basically stress out the bacteria in the fermentation. So that's why we, as part of the project, we were developing strains with more tolerance to those chemicals.
Scientists say lab tests have shown the resulting butanol can be blended with diesel of up to 40% or with gasoline of up to 16%. Now researchers are thinking about the road ahead.
From a scientific point of view, how far before butanol is actually on the roads?
So the technology exists to do that. The key is to get that cost of production down. We're probably talking 5 to 10 years to get that commercial will. And then you need the regulatory will as well. And the regulatory changes won't really happen until there's enough driver for that.
Scientists say they hope their work will contribute to the European Union's objective of having 10% of transport fuel deriving from renewable sources by 2020.